Hello everybody and welcome back to Animal Crossing. Why do I have a shovel? Hello everybody and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. We're taking a look at the village that I've made over the last 2 months. I did a 1 month past the launch of Animal Crossing update. This is now the 2-month launch. Same rules apply. This is pretty much a 99.9% offline local island. The only help that I had was I did get the other fruit that I was missing from another friend during my 7-day free trial of Nintendo Online, but I'm no longer online with the Nintendo Switch. So everything that you see in here is what the game has given me on a day-to-day basis. I just want to say from 1 month to the second month, I have not played nearly as much as I did that first initial month. Man, we were doing like 10-hour days. Now it's like 2 to 3 hours at the most, almost every single day. But the big update is that we finished, both houses have finally finished paying off the 2.5 million Bell loan. So we are now out of debt with Tom Nook, which is nice. Well, I say that, but now I want to start upgrading the inclines and the bridges and things like that. So, but the big burden of those huge loans is finally behind us. So let's have a look at the island. So this is the wife's house on the left. Mine is on the right there. We have this little sitting area here. This is her garden, which is, it's a bit of a mishmash, but it's all 100% hybrid flowers. And that's the one thing that I should make mention. After the first video, we finally got Nook's Cranny fully upgraded. So if I go down here, you can see there is Nook's Cranny fully upgraded. It takes 30 days for that to happen, which is why after the first month, it still hadn't quite happened. I think it was literally the next day. The other thing that also happened very shortly after that was the bushes and the shrubs and all of the new flowers. So a lot of the fencing has been replaced with shrubs now, because I think I should say hedges, because I think the hedges just look that much nicer. And of course, with Leaf coming to the village, we now have access to all of these other flowers that I never had. So we have roses and mums and lilies and all kinds of stuff. So it's great that they did that. I really hope that they implement a way for local players that don't go online to get the missing fruit from their island. Right now, you can only get your native fruit and you can get a sister fruit. But as for the other missing fruit, you can't get those right now. I hope they somehow patch that so that way people who only want to play locally still have the ability to get those, to get that missing fruit. In the first video I mentioned I wanted this to be more of a pink garden to match the aesthetics of the cherry blossom lanterns, and now we have that. Got a little bit of a sitting area here on the beach, and yeah, these bridges here are all going to be upgraded. We've upgraded one incline, that is it. We're at the very beginning of those updates. There are a lot more street lamps also all over the island, because it just makes it look that much nicer at night. If I do a 3rd month video, I want to try to do it at nighttime so it looks a little bit nicer, a little bit different than just the same old daytime stuff. The cherry orchard has been changed a little bit. It used to come all the way out to here, but now it's just basically a big rectangle, and it's a huge orchard. And the reason I wanted it to be a big rectangle is so it'd be easier to harvest. So you basically go around, we pick all the cherries, and then we go on a grid base, up and down, and then left and right to collect all of the cherries. That is this island's main source of Bell income. Are all of the orchards, and the orchards unfortunately are the thing that are keeping me from getting a 5-star rating on this island. I got it once, and then after that the main complaint is that there's too many trees on the island, so that's keeping me from getting a 5-star rating. So keep that in mind. If you are trying to figure out why you haven't got a 5-star rating yet and you think you should have, it may be because too many trees, not sure. This used to be, in the first video, this was like a little tea set area, but now it's an outdoor hot tub. Oh, I got a message in a bottle. Let me just grab that. Yoink! Over on the, I think the Zen Garden. Yeah, the Zen Garden was there in the first video as well. This is the gym. We've got some new stuff added in. A couple of more punching bags, exercise ball. Over here on the beach, this is the only piece of custom design that I actually have on the ground. And I just decided to finally make myself a little beach blanket to have a little area here. I'm trying to plunk in the little... We've got a few dead areas that we still need to fill in. Of course, this pathway still takes us up to the main park. If you look up here, actually, you can get a good view. There is the pear orchard way, way on the top level, but we'll get up there. So this is the main parkette area. The waterfall has changed a little bit. It used to be just one big solid waterfall, and now it's got some ground and flowers in the middle there. We still have the orange stand here. This is a little outdoor area that you can have a bath if you want to, and the complimentary towels right there. Over here, we do have a cemetery. As I get the items to make an area, I will make them once I have enough of the items to make the area. So what I mean is, we want to make a bakery, but we're still waiting to collect a few things to get those items. But here, we have a couple of the tombstones. The middle one is actually a flipped fossil. It's an imprint on the other side, but I wanted to change it up just a little bit, mix it up just a little bit. And this over here, this used to be a little pond in the main seating area in the park, and it is now like a little waterfall thing. Over here, we still have the area where you can buy flowers. And over here, we've got some blue pansies, which my wife wants to get a whole bunch of purple pansies, so we're trying to breed purple pansies. A little fire pit area with a barbecue there. Let me go this way, actually, to show you that the orange orchard, the change that I made to the orange orchard is this used to be all fencing in here. I've now replaced it with shrubs. The main reason is because when we're harvesting the oranges, every once in a while you'd accidentally grab a piece of fencing, and it was so annoying because you have to stop what you're doing and put it back down. This little tea set area is pretty much still the same. And then, of course, we have the main area here. And then we've got the, in the last video, the museum was actually pulled forward quite a bit. There was a big dead area behind the museum, so now we've pushed the museum back. We got a little outhouse there. This fossil here, I want another one of these fossils for this side to give it a little more of a symmetrical look. Laura, are we keeping you up? So yeah, there was a stone wall here, and I've replaced it with hedges. I just find the hedges give it a nicer atmosphere. Even across the front here, we've got not a lot has changed here, but a couple little hedges here in front of like nooks, crannies, just to make it look a little bit nicer. On the beach here, we have the sitting area has evolved a little bit more, so it's a little bit cozier. Rooney has still not moved away. After a month of not talking to him, he still will not leave. But anyway, the houses are still in a grid form. At some point, there's a couple houses that do need to be moved. And in fact, if I show you the weeds, if I show you the map here, in case you're wondering who is indeed living on the island, we got Mr. and Mrs. And then we've got Billy, Hazel, Eunice, I think is how that's pronounced. Filbert, Rooney, Whitney, Eloise, Peggy, Graham, and Flora. But it's kind of hard to see, but the houses in the top there are a little askew, and they need to be fixed. So, yeah. So let's head through the orange orchard and go back up. Up. We still have, actually, from the last video, the pizzeria is still here. But now we have food. We have food. I didn't realize that the customization that you did to the frying pan was for food. I thought it was maybe you could just colorize the frying pans, but it adds food. So boom, there we go. This is a disaster area of just all kinds of flowers, trying to hybrid like pretty much anything that we can at this point. We have the peach orchard here. The peach orchard, these little lanterns are now have been added. It just makes it look a little bit nicer here. But yes, the peach orchard. The orchards, like I said, are mainly here for making all the bells that we need to do all of the upgrades. Once those upgrades are done, the orchards will be scaled right back to make room for things like the bakery and all kinds of other stuff. We've got a whole bunch of shrubs lining the whole back here just for aesthetics. And again, here is the pear orchard. And these pathways are all around the pear and peach orchards, mainly because I just don't want any fossils spawning there. I didn't do it for the cherry or orange orchards because aesthetically it didn't look as nice. Once we're done with this, I will probably end up getting rid of all these pathways, but yeah. And that is the extent of the island. We still got the little ice cream thing here. The little basketball court back here, which I still at some point want to make a custom design so it looks a little nicer. Actually, I may honestly end up turning this into a beach bar area, but I'm just trying to get the right pieces in order to make that happen. So that is the extent of the island. These are money trees. Any random little trees that you see are pretty much money trees. Billy, what's wrong? Between Billy and the balloon, you know what? Whatever. We're just going to keep going. We're just going to keep going. There's one last area that I really want to take a look at, and that, of course, is the one thing that I wanted to work on the most in the last video that I was talking about was the band area, where we had concerts and stuff like that. I wanted drums. I wanted a piano. I wanted proper microphones. I wanted proper seating, and luckily, after all this time, the game finally delivered all of that stuff. So now when you come to get your tickets, we got like big screens now to let you know there's a show. There's actual proper seating here. And we got the piano, we got the microphones, we got the drums, we got the full band setup there. So this area is pretty much complete. And I love this area quite a bit. It's hidden. It's very hidden because we've got the waterfalls that are behind the house. And if you're not thinking of, you have to like either take this path or take the other path to get to it. But a lot of the times it's an out of sight, out of mind thing. But my wife never goes back here. But I love coming back here because it finally looks the way that I want it to look. I don't know if there's anything else I need to do to this area, but for now, that is pretty much the island. I will finish off with a little tour of the house. We won't do the Mrs. house because she hasn't really done a whole lot in there. Like I mentioned in the first video, I'm usually the one playing the game the most. She doesn't get nearly as much time to work on her house. So this is like the kitchen and living room area here that actually looks a little more kitcheny and dining roomy. We got the dining room table there. The washroom is still a little whatever. As I get things, I kind of plunk them in. If I get a good color, I'll replace it. So there's not a whole lot going here, but this is the bathroom, whoop-de-doo. And yes, I still have the water running fully 100% all the time because why not? Why not? And then to the right is kind of the living room seating area. It used to have a TV in it, but I got rid of the TV when we finally got a fireplace. And we got some pictures that are slowly starting to build a collection. This is the wall that all of the resident photos, as they give them to me, will be going up there. And I think the office, we'll go into the office, but I'm pretty sure it's the same as it was a month ago. Again, the island takes precedent over the houses. I'm always working on the island first, the houses second. I fill up the houses with whatever the game gives me as it gives me it. We'll check out the upstairs really, really quick. The master bedroom has gone through a few changes, that is for sure. I used to have orange wallpaper up here for a little bit, but now I've gone with a little more of a neutral look here. But again, nothing over the top and a bunch of crap that I didn't know what to do with it, so I just plunked it all in the corner here. But that is the main bedroom. And then, of course, like we did the last video, we'll finish it off in the cruddy basement where I just collect a whole bunch of garbage that I don't know what to do with it and don't feel like keeping it in storage. There you go. Every single basement has got to have one of these old hi-fi units in it, that's for sure. And we're collecting little things because eventually, like I got the foosball table, we got the dart machine. I think the wife has an arcade thing, so I wouldn't mind making an arcade at some point. But either way, that is the island for now. That is 2 months in. It's slow going, but Rome wasn't built in a day. And when you're not doing any time skipping and you're not doing any, I guess, island jumping, I don't know what you call it, going online, this is just completely 99.9% local. As I said, the only thing that we got was the other fruit that we were missing. Anyway, Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.